Help support AMTV by becoming a patron, an AMTV staff member, and following us over on Twitter.
Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back to another video. This one's a little bit of an oddity today, but I found this so bizarrely hilarious I felt I wanted to talk about it. Now, we all know the country North Korea. A pariah state, it's very much isolated itself from the rest of the world, mainly by choice, but not that many nations really want to do business with it at the moment either. Now, who would you describe as the #1 enemy of North Korea? Would you say it's the United States? Would we go down to individuals and say it was the president, Joe Biden? Well, let me tell you, no, it's not any of that. It's actually Alan Titchmarsh. Alan Titchmarsh, as I'm sure many Brits know, is a presenter here in the UK. He's mainly known for programmes on gardening and the like. And this may sound really bizarre when you read the headline, North Korea TV censors Alan Titchmarsh's trousers. Yes, that is what we've come down to in 2024. But you might be asking, one, why is Alan Titchmarsh being shown in North Korea? And why are his trousers censored? Well, we're going to answer those questions right now. So this is an article from the BBC, and they said North Korea state television channel has censored a BBC gardening programme by blurring out presenter Alan Titchmarsh's trousers. Central TV aired a 2010 edition of Alan Titchmarsh's Garden Secrets for its morning audience, but made sure that viewers could not see his jeans. Now, this immediately perked my interest because foreign media in North Korea is notorious for being, banned or not allowed in officially, and people only really get it in via, in North Korea's terms, illegally. But the fact that the main television channel was airing Garden Secrets, a BBC-made programme here in the UK, raises some questions, but they'll be answered a bit later. Jeans are seen as a symbol of Western imperialism in the secretive state, and as such are banned. A sign of Western imperialism, and as such are banned. Jeans! Mr. Titchmarsh said the news has given him a bit of street cred. It's taken me to reach the age of 74 to be regarded in the same sort of breath as Elvis Presley, Tom Jones, Rod Stewart, wearing trousers that are generally considered by those of us of a sensitive disposition to be rather too tight, he told the BBC. Elvis Presley, I know there was the uproar at the time, but was there really controversy around Tom Jones and Rod Stewart? Or I say controversy, those of a sensitive disposition. Was that a thing? He went on to say that his jeans were not too tight, glad we've cleared that up, but were clearly not acceptable in North Korea. He said, I've never seen myself as a dangerous, subversive imperialist. I'm generally regarded as a rather cosy and pretty harmless. So, actually, it's given me a bit of street cred, really. Hasn't it? You know what, Alan? If you think this has given you street cred, 10 out of 10, my man. You're the coolest kid in the playground now, by far. North Korea's rules prohibiting jeans have been in place since the 1990s. Back then, leader Kim Jong-il declared denim trousers to be a symbol of Western and specifically American imperialism, which had no place in a socialist state. That's according to the Seoul-based NK News, which is in South Korea. Now, the regime has obviously had long been at odds with America, I think ever since the Korean War back in the early 1950s when the split happened between North and South. The United States has remained eternally close to South Korea, which is this, is presented to be this thriving democratic state that's very technologically advanced and all this sort of stuff, or at least parts of it are. And then you have North Korea, which consistently seems stuck in the past, laser focused on developing weapons of mass destruction, more as a showing off point, it seems, than anything else, and not really catering in the best way for their, millions of people, many of whom who are starving. So the fact that the leader at the time cited jeans, a pair of trousers as this sign of American imperialism, it's evil, evil. In recent years, a crackdown on Western culture has reiterated this ban, with state-run newspaper Rodong Sinmun telling citizens in 2020 to reject what it called a bourgeois culture in favour of a superior socialist lifestyle. Current leader Kim Jong-un, himself a fan of voluminous legwear, is reportedly irked by skinny jeans and t-shirts bearing Western logos which are popular in South Korea. The thing is, t-shirts with Western logos, somehow that, for the angle they're going for, that makes slightly more sense than jeans, like a pair of trousers. But back to what I was saying earlier, how did North Korea get a hold of a BBC programme? Western programming is extremely rare on North Korean screens, as the regime is careful, to the point of paranoia, about allowing foreign culture to enter the country. Yet this is not the first time Garden Secrets has aired before on Central Television, with Mr. Titchmarsh saying he was surprised to appear on screens in the communist state. Is he some kind of like micro-celebrity in North Korea? That's a thing to hang on your belt. I am a gardening presenter in the UK, and I'm a micro-celebrity in North Korea. But it is still not entirely clear how it arrived in North Korea in the first place. While satellite dishes and access to the global internet are banned, except for the very few trusted classes in Pyongyang, foreign media still arrives in the country, often on memory cards that are smuggled over the Chinese border. Owning or trading in foreign media is deemed as illegal. And I believe in the past there's either been reports or videos or anything like to do with foreign media in North Korea and people being arrested or interrogated for it. You know, to us that might seem baffling, but it's a crazy idea. So you might think, okay, they've clearly smuggled Garden Secrets on memory cards, but then why is the main television channel, you know, the state-run TV channel, why are they airing it? However, North Korean TV often pirates content from foreign broadcasters, blurring out on-screen logos to hide the original source. This is often the case with their airing of Premier League, Champions League, and international football. Ah, yes, the good old method of piracy. I guess the issue is when they do pirate, you know, what can these broadcasters do? Naturally, their instinct would be to issue cease and desists or to even go as far as suing them. But when you're going up against the North Korean state, do these broadcasters even bother? You know, I've not heard any articles before of broadcasters going after the North Korean state for pirating programs. I'm not saying that's okay by any means. Obviously, like, pirating them is wrong generally, but when it's on this level, mad. In 2014, during one of North Korea's periods of connecting with the West, there were discussions suggesting possibly gifting UK television programs to the East Asian state as a means of demonstrating so-called soft power. The Sunday Times revealed in 2014 that BBC Worldwide, the former name of the corporation's commercial arm, BBC Studios, and the Foreign Office were hoping to open the North Korean people's eyes to the world beyond the closed republic without offending the regime. So it seems 10 years ago there was an effort to try and introduce Western programming, certain, obviously, as they say, very careful Western programming into North Korea, something that wasn't going to offend the state. The paper quoted a Whitehall official as saying programs sent to North Korea would have to be something that isn't offensive, like Mr. Bean, EastEnders, Miss Marple or Poirot. Miss Marple or Poirot, okay, I'll sort of give you that one. Mr. Bean, sure, that's a universal show, it seems. He's popular all over the world. EastEnders? You want to show EastEnders in North Korea? I mean, that's nothing to do with accents. I think they're perfectly understandable. But, you know, a lot of the subject matters in EastEnders, they're quite hard-hitting, you know, really hard-hitting stuff. Nothing specifically against North Korea in general, but it's punchy stuff. Will that be too much for the regime? I don't know, man. Just the concept of airing EastEnders in North Korea, that just makes me smile. Phil Mitchell will become a celebrity to a whole new bunch of people. You couldn't send Dad's Army, as it's about war, but Teletubbies could be an option. Or The Good Life, with a bit of gardening and squabbling in the kitchen. Okay, Dad's Army, it's about war. So basically anything about war is a no-go then. No war dramas, nothing like that. But then how far does that extend conflict-wise? Again, EastEnders, you know, you've got stories about domestic abuse, violence, murders. Is that too much? You're only going to select the episodes where nothing much happens? Teletubbies could be an option. Ah, yes, what a gift that would be. A gift more like a curse. But again, I guess that's sort of universal. Apart from the narration, there's not like any language barriers. That might be a shout. It's not known if Alan Titchmarsh's Garden Secrets was part of this package, or even if the programs were delivered at all. Again, this is back in 2014 these discussions were made, so it's been 10 years. I personally don't remember seeing any reports about deals being finalized or anything like that. If you can find anything online or any confirmation of this, you can let me know. But if this BBC article where they would have done their research, if they haven't got confirmation on whether their own programs were delivered over there, it makes me think that never really came to fruition. But yeah, this is just hilarious, really. You know, there's not really any serious ramifications, but not only is it bizarre and funny enough that Alan Titchmarsh, you know, this very, as he said, very cozy, very laid-back garden presenter is being shown on North Korean telly, but it's the fact that they censor his jeans. I mean, when you look at it, it's just like a little splodge down on his legs. I mean, it's not even censored that properly. You can definitely tell he's still wearing jeans, or at the very least wearing denim. Like, it's not subtle at all, and it just it makes you think, if the North Korean people see jeans, they're going to be like, my eyes are open. The state is bad. Western imperialism good. Obviously, that's an exaggeration. And again, these laws have been present now for decades regarding all facets of Western culture, specifically American culture, but it does extend to the West as a whole. Yeah, this is funny, man. The fact that someone in some poor soul in an editing room has had to go through the footage of this 14-year-old program and methodically censor Alan Titchmarsh's trousers. What a gifted job for an editor. What do you think about this story? Let me know in the comments. I just think this is balmy beyond belief. And Alan Titchmarsh, man, you better watch your back, King John, and he's gonna come after you, bro. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments of this down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel as well. We'd love to have you aboard here with us. In the meantime, I've been Adam Martyn from AMTV. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Thank you to our patrons for helping to support the show, and a special thank you to Macra, Ethan Carberry-Holt, Bruce Danton, Globe of Reviews, Derek Chambers, Shaun Knock, Daud Khan, Liam De-Maine, Trev Hughes, Ajmac 200017, Dec KP 20, Simon Harrisson, Evan Hart 38, and Jen, our AMTV staff members.